The story of a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar coin is one of the most fascinating in the entire world of American numismatics. At first glance, many people might dismiss it as just another coin from the late 20th century, but in reality, it carries with it a unique blend of history, symbolism, controversy, and unexpected value. It was the first U.S. coin to honor a real woman, the first dollar coin of its kind, and over the decades, it has become one of the most collectible pieces in American coinage. What makes it even more attractive today is that certain errors and varieties tied to this coin have skyrocketed in value, often making repeated appearances in auctions where collectors bid passionately, pushing prices into the tens and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The decision to introduce a new dollar coin in the late 1970s came from practicality as much as it did from symbolism. By that time, the Eisenhower dollar had been circulating since 1971, but it was large and cumbersome, more suitable for casino tokens than everyday transactions. Americans rarely carried them, and the U.S. Mint wanted something smaller, lighter, and easier to use in daily commerce. In 1978, Congress approved a smaller dollar coin, and the search began for a design that would stand apart and honor a figure of importance in American history. The choice of Susan B. Anthony was groundbreaking. She was one of the most prominent leaders of the women's suffrage movement, a tireless advocate for equality, and a figure whose legacy was central to the story of democracy in the United States. By placing her on the coin, the Mint broke a tradition that had long favored symbolic representations of liberty or allegorical figures rather than real historical women. For the first time in U.S. history, a real female figure was placed on circulating coinage, a move that carried tremendous significance. The design was created by chief engraver Frank Gasparo. On the obverse, Susan B. Anthony's portrait is stern yet determined, a nod to her strength and commitment to the causes she championed. She is encircled by 13 stars, symbolizing the original colonies, with the word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust," proudly displayed. The reverse design features a striking image of an eagle landing on the moon, adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, representing America's bold spirit and accomplishments in space exploration. This unique combination of honoring women's rights and the space age made the coin an emblem of both progress and national pride. The new dollar coin, however, faced challenges right from the start. Though smaller than the Eisenhower dollar, its size and color were dangerously close to that of a quarter, leading to constant confusion. Consumers would accidentally hand over a dollar instead of 25 cents. Vending machines struggled to recognize it, and despite its noble design, the public quickly soured on the coin. Production continued for only a few years, with major issues struck in 1979, 1980, and 1981, and then briefly again in 1999 when supplies of small dollar coins had run low. But while the general public rejected the coin, collectors saw something special. The 1979 issue is particularly important because it was the very first year of release. Millions were minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but not all of them were identical. At the San Francisco Mint, the proof coins reveal one of the most famous varieties, the wide rim or near-date variety, which is far scarcer than a more common narrow rim. These small differences may seem insignificant to non-collectors, but in the numismatic world, they mean everything. Coins with a wide rim variety, especially in pristine condition, have repeatedly commanded impressive prices at auction. Even more intriguing are the error coins. As with many new issues, mistakes during the minting process created unique variants, from off-center strikes to double dies. A number of these errors have surfaced over the years, each carrying its own level of rarity. Collectors crave them because errors are one-of-a-kind glimpses into the inner workings of the mint. Some 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar error coins have been so spectacular that they have been auctioned multiple times, each time drawing more attention and climbing in value. Their repeated appearances at major auction houses tell us just how much demand there is for them. The coin also holds a powerful place in the broader narrative of American culture. By the time it was released, women's rights movements had made substantial progress, and seeing Susan B. Anthony on a circulating coin was a symbolic victory. For many collectors, owning this coin isn't just about owning a piece of metal. It's about holding a piece of history, a reminder of the long and ongoing struggle for equality. That symbolism alone elevates its appeal far beyond that of many other modern coins. One of the fascinating aspects of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is the way its reputation has changed over time. Initially derided by the public as confusing and unpopular, it has now become one of the most collectible modern dollar coins. What was once dismissed has transformed into a highly valued treasure in numismatic circles. This transformation makes it all the more captivating because it shows how public perception and collector interest can shift dramatically over time. At auctions, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar has proven time and again that it is no ordinary coin. When rare varieties or dramatic errors appear, collectors enter bidding wars that drive prices to incredible heights. Auction records show the coin resurfacing repeatedly, each time reinforcing its reputation as a modern rarity. It is not just a one-time wonder. It continues to generate excitement whenever it comes up for sale, proving that its legacy is strong and enduring. The grading of these coins also plays a key role in determining their value. Coins in mint state condition with sharp details and know where command the highest premiums, while proof coins with perfect or near-perfect grades can sell for extraordinary amounts. Collectors carefully examine the rim, strike, and luster, knowing that even small differences can mean the difference between a coin worth a few hundred and one worth tens of thousands. The journey of this coin is one of redemption. Born out of practicality, misunderstood by the public, and then embraced by collectors, it embodies the unpredictable life cycle of American currency. It reminds us that the value of a coin is never set in stone. It evolves with time, with demand, and with the stories that people attach to it. In the case of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, those stories are rich and inspiring. For those who dismiss modern coins as common or uninteresting, the tale of this coin proves them wrong. Few coins from the late 20th century combine historical significance, cultural meaning, design uniqueness, and rare errors the way this one does. It is a standout piece that shows how even in an age of mass production, rare treasures can emerge. Collectors know that the thrill of the hunt is part of what makes numismatics so addictive. Stories circulate of people discovering valuable varieties of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar in circulation or in old collections, and those discoveries keep hope alive that more treasures remain out there. The possibility of finding one of these coins in a forgotten drawer or inherited collection continues to spark excitement. Over the decades, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar has earned its place in numismatic history. It honors a pioneer of equality, carries the boldness of the space age, and surprises collectors with its rare and valuable varieties. Its presence at repeated auctions ensures that it will never be forgotten, and its story continues to inspire both seasoned numismatists and newcomers to the hobby. And now, we come to the question that excites collectors and viewers alike. What is this coin worth today? Depending on the variety, condition, and rarity of the error, the value of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar has soared to incredible levels. While common examples are accessible to most, rare varieties and dramatic errors have been known to fetch between $44,000 and an astounding $269,100 at auction. These repeated appearances at high-profile auctions have solidified the coin's legendary status, proving that it is one of the most valuable and compelling modern coins ever struck. The next time you see a Susan B. Anthony dollar, take a closer look. What once may have been considered ordinary could in fact hold a story of history, equality, rarity, and immense value. It's a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures are hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered, cherished, and celebrated. In the world of American coinage, few modern coins have captured as much attention and fascination as the 2000 Sacagawea $1 coin. It may look like an ordinary golden coin to those who glance at it quickly, but its story is layered with history, innovation, symbolism, and the kinds of surprising twists that make collectors across the world crave it. This coin is not just a piece of currency. It's a powerful representation of American heritage and an object that has sparked intense interest at auctions, where its rarity and special qualities have pushed its value into the tens and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The story of the Sacagawea dollar begins long before the year 2000. The United States had struggled for decades to make a $1 coin that would gain popularity in circulation. Earlier attempts included the Eisenhower dollar, which was large and heavy, and the Susan B. Anthony dollar, which, despite honoring a great figure in women's rights, failed to catch on with the public due to its similarity in size and color to the quarter. When a mint prepared to introduce a new dollar coin at the dawn of the new millennium, they knew it had to be something truly unique, both in appearance and meaning. The choice of Sacagawea as the figure to be honored was not random. She was a Shoshone woman who played a critical role in the Lewis and Clark expedition from 1804 to 1806, serving as a guide and interpreter while carrying her infant son. Her presence symbolized peace and trust to the native tribes the expedition encountered. By placing her on the coin, the mint honored not only her contribution to American history, but also the often overlooked role of Native Americans and women in shaping the nation's story. It was a bold and meaningful decision, one that immediately gave the new dollar coin cultural weight. The design was entrusted to artist Glenna Goodacker, whose depiction of Sacagawea remains one of the most iconic in U.S. coinage. On the obverse, Sacagawea is shown in three-quarter profile, carrying her son Jean-Baptiste on her back. Her expression is strong yet gentle, her eyes turned slightly toward the horizon, a vision of guidance and resilience. Goodacker famously used a contemporary Shoshone woman named Randy L. Hidao Teton as the model, ensuring authenticity and respect in the portrayal. The reverse of the coin, designed by Thomas D. Rogers Sr., features a soaring eagle surrounded by 17 stars, representing the states at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The overall look of the coin was unlike anything Americans had seen before. But perhaps the most striking feature of the Sacagawea dollar was its golden color. Struck in a manganese brass-clad composition, the coin shined in a way no other circulating U.S. coin did. It was lightweight, smaller than the Eisenhower, and visually distinctive from the Susan B. Anthony. The Mint hoped this would finally encourage Americans to embrace a dollar coin for everyday use. Millions were struck in 2000 at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P Mint mark, and the coin entered circulation with high expectations. Yet, as history often proves, the public can be unpredictable. Americans were still attached to paper dollar bills, and despite the coin's beauty, it never became a widespread favorite in commerce. But for collectors, especially when error coins began surfacing, the Sacagawea dollar became an instant sensation. The 2000 P Sacagawea dollar is infamous for its errors, most notably the extraordinary mule error. A mule coin is created when a mismatched pair of dies is used during minting, and in this case, some Sacagawea dollar planchets were accidentally struck with a state quarter obverse die. The result was a coin with George Washington's profile on one side and the Sacagawea eagle reverse on the other. This kind of mistake should never happen, yet a handful of these coins escaped the mint and entered circulation. To collectors, such coins are the ultimate prize. Accidents so rare and dramatic that they become legendary overnight. When the first of these 2000 piece Sacagawea mule dollars appeared at auction, the coin world was electrified. Collectors lined up, and the bidding wars began. These coins did not just sell once for high prices. They have appeared in auctions repeatedly, each time drawing attention and setting or challenging previous records. Auction houses have described them as some of the most exciting modern errors ever discovered, and their repeated appearances have fueled a frenzy among serious numismatists who dream of owning one. But the mule is not the only error associated with the 2000 piece Sacagawea. Other error types, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, and dramatic die clashes, have also been found, each adding another layer of rarity and intrigue. Each example, when authenticated and graded by professional services, has sold for thousands or even tens of thousands at auction. The story of these coins shows how something as small as a mistake during minting can transform a common coin into a fortune-bearing rarity. The collector appeal of the 2000 piece Sacagawea dollar lies not only in its errors, but also in its symbolism and beauty. It was the first circulating U.S. coin to honor a Native American woman, and that significance resonates deeply with many. Collectors who value representation and history see this coin as more than a curiosity. It is a milestone in American coinage. Combined with the uniqueness of its errors and its golden appearance, it has cemented itself as one of the most memorable releases of modern times. At auctions, the repeated success of this coin has been remarkable. Each time one of the mule errors surfaces, collectors bid fiercely, and the coin's value climbs higher. This repeated auction presence is important because it keeps the coin in the public eye, reminding everyone that treasures can exist in the most unexpected places. Stories circulate of people who once found these coins in rolls from banks or even in pocket change, fueling the dream that another might still be out there waiting to be discovered. The condition of these coins also plays a huge role in their value. Mint-state examples with sharp details and minimal wear are prized above all, and graded coins sealed in protective holders by PCGS or NGC often sell for the highest amounts. Still, even circulated examples, when authenticated as genuine errors, command strong prices. The balance between scarcity and demand ensures that values remain high, and as time goes on, these coins only become more desirable. The legend of the 2000 sacagawea dollar is a fascinating blend of intentional artistry and unintentional mistake. On one hand, the coin is a deliberate tribute to an important figure in history, beautifully crafted and symbolically rich. On the other, it is the product of a rare, minting blunder that created some of the most famous modern errors in U.S. coinage. This duality makes it endlessly appealing, as it tells two stories at once, one of history and honor, and one of chance and rarity. Collectors know that modern coinage rarely offers such opportunities. Most coins struck in recent decades are produced with such precision that major errors are few and far between. That is why the 2000 sacagawea stands out so much. It is an exception to the rule, a reminder that even in the modern era, mistakes can slip through and create wonders that send ripples through the hobby for generations. The repeated auctions of the 2000 sacagawea have proven this point time and again. Each time one is offered, the excitement is palpable, and the hammer price reinforces its legendary status. The coin has become a benchmark for modern rarity, something every serious collector dreams of owning, and something casual collectors hear about with wide-eyed fascination. As we reflect on this coin's journey, it becomes clear that the 2000 sacagawea dollar is far more than a simple piece of golden-colored metal. It is history in your hand, a symbol of resilience and guidance, and a testament to the unpredictable beauty of minting errors. It bridges the gap between culture, artistry, and luck, making it one of the most compelling stories in the numismatic world. And then, of course, comes the question everyone wants answered. What is it worth today? After years of repeated auction appearances and record-breaking bids, the 2000 sacagawea $1 coin, particularly the famous mule error, has commanded astounding prices. Depending on condition, type of error, and collector demand, values have ranged anywhere from $29,000 to an incredible $214,100. That is the kind of life-changing value hidden in a coin most people overlook, and it's why collectors remain endlessly captivated by it.